morning, Merry Sunshines. Beth the Comfy Mystic here, and thank you for joining me for PJs and Coffee Time Tarot. I hope you have your coffee. I've got mine, so we can sit back and we can listen to the message that Source Energy is sending us through the tarot cards. And the cards that I read, the way that I read them, are that the Source Energy is coming through so that I can help each of you who understand ascension and the fifth dimension and higher dimensions on how to vibrate higher so that we can all ascend, because we're all here to connect energies and to help each other ascend. Now just remember that not everyone on this earth is ready for ascension. Some, as a matter of fact, were sent down here on this earthly plane as backfill people, specifically to hold space for those of us who are wanting to ascend and who are going to ascend and working on ascension. And their contract was only to do that. So there are people that won't ascend. So there are people that are around us that may not feel our frequencies and our vibrations and may not be purposeful in moving into other dimensions. So just know that if you just be who you are, just vibrate at your higher frequencies, the people who are supposed to ascend will connect frequencies with us. It's not something you have to work at, but it's sharing information and then letting people decide for themselves and make those own choices. So anyway, that's what I do. That's how I read tarot. So let's see what Source Energy has to tell us today through the tarot. Today is the Ten of Pentacles. Now, if you take a look at this card really closely, you'll notice that the people in the card appear to be very successful. They look like they live in luxury. They have dogs, and dogs generally were not kept by people other than rich people, because you'd have to feed the dogs. If you barely had enough to feed yourself, you would not have dogs. But they look very happy. They look healthy. It's like they have everything in their lives. You can see they're surrounded by wealth. And basically what this card is telling us today through Source Energy is there is just one way, one main way for each of us who are wanting to move into the higher dimensions and ascend, is to feel successful. And that way is to be authentic. Be who you are. Doesn't matter if you're a starseed, if you consider yourself a light worker, if you consider yourself a walk-in, if you consider yourself an extraterrestrial, a galactic being, whatever it is you consider yourself, be true to you. That is how you're going to feel the most abundant, the most successful on this earthly plane. Be true and authentic. That's a word that is my word of the year. That in January I decided that I was going to be who I was and not let anyone else tell me that who I was wrong, unlovable, unappreciated, no matter what. Because guess what? I appreciate each and every one of you. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you present yourself as in your authenticity. I love each of you unconditionally. So just know that. And you should love yourself more than anything. You should treat yourself with all the unconditionals: unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional non-judgment, unconditionals. That's what it's all about. Unconditional love. Just love you, be you, and don't mind what anyone else says, because you're on this earth for a purpose. And to fulfill your purpose and to be the most joyous and happy, it's being who you are. It's living in that authenticity. So anyway, that is the message coming through on the cards. Now something is going to jump out at you on this card, an item. Maybe a specific feeling, maybe it's an overall thing, but something really attracts you to this about this card, and it symbolizes specifically something for you and what Source Energy wants you to know, as far as being authentic, being the true you, the real McCoy, as we say here in the South. And whatever that item is, however it symbolizes to you, go into that. Keep asking yourself questions about what does it mean. Research the item if you aren't even really sure what it symbolizes. And if you really are stuck, please send me a message. Ask me a question. I'm more than happy to help you figure out how to read the card and look into it, because I want each of you to succeed and be successful in getting these messages from source energy so we can all ascend, because it's all of our purposes, and my purpose is to help those of you who connect to me in my frequency. Now you'll see a color that jumps out at you. It's the chakra that you're going to need to work with today that's specifically going to help you be more authentic. And carry the crystal. Crystals are very powerful. However you balance that, wearing the color is good. Anything with that color vibrates at that frequency you need today. Okay. And then who's going to come through? That is going to share their DNA, their vibration, their frequency, because we are all one. So you are actually, this is Archangel Michael. We all are actually him and he is us. We're all the same. And by them sharing their frequencies with us, the Ascended Masters that come through each day, they help to transmute our DNA and our cells into being the light beings that we truly are, and toward ascension, moving toward the other dimensions. So connect with him. Call him in if you need his help. Just call on him today and say, please stay with me today. They'll stay with you. And it's not that hard. I have a 60-second blurb, if you haven't already seen it, on calling in your guides, your Ascended Masters, and how it'll feel, what you need to do and how it'll feel, so you'll know they're there. And so check that out. But anyway, Archangel Michael has brought you a gift. So whatever item jumps out of the card at you on this card, or whatever feeling, thought, this is your personal gift. So it doesn't matter what it is. No one is judging you for choosing this gift, but it's symbolic for you, and go deep, go rich. And just keep asking yourself questions as to why you would receive this gift, connected with being your authentic self today. And then, as always, please create your mantra to share, or not, but your mantra will help you remember what you're supposed to remember today. It can be one word, it can be a sentence, whatever. I find it helpful to write it down. And, when you do share it with me, I get a lot of richness, a lot of wisdom. I feel vibrations, and it really helps me to know that I'm staying in my purpose as a guide, being used as a tool through source energy to help you all ascend in your ascension process. So please send them to me. I'm very grateful. And anyway, so that's it for the day. Thank you again so much for joining me. I am honored that each of you have joined me or have returned. Thank you, and I send you lots of high vibes, so you can vibe high today. Be true, be your authentic self. No fear, no judgments. All right, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.